He's biting me. Say hi. Okay. Hey everyone. So this would be my first YouTube video, and it's a new experience for me because I used to make a lot of videos when I was younger, that I still have a lot of them. But I never really made it like talking to a camera, discussing the video. I got very used to Spotify and like making podcast episodes and posting it on Spotify. That's probably where you all know me from. So if you don't know me, then welcome. This is the Tumblr NB podcast, and I am Light, and we're going to be talking about a shitload of shit. No, I'm sorry. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. And this, the one, Jesus. So, that was the cheat. Anyway, so the topic that we're going to be talking about today is what is on my bookshelf. It's going to be a great intro. I should probably get started. Yeah, let's get started. So because I'm feeling angsty and I want to get my least favorite out of the way first, we're going to be doing my least favorite and get it out of the way. Yeah. First things first, this is the Wordsworth's edition of the complete novel of Jane Austen. And this collection is something that I asked for. Well, technically it's something that I didn't really ask for. So I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 14, 15. And I asked my relative to get me a bunch of books for my birthday, right? Because they asked me. So I asked for Oscar Wilde, and I think it was just one book, or the Oscar Wilde collection. And because my relative it was like one of those big birthdays that I had, and I was still wearing dresses back then, and let's just say it wasn't amazing at the time. So anyway, I received this, which is all the Jane Austen books. And to be honest, I've watched Persuasion and Emma and Pride and Prejudice. And Zombies. I love Pride and Prejudice. And Sense and Sensibility and Mansfield Park and Northanger Abbey I have not read yet, but I will. And I haven't read Persuasion or Emma. And I don't think I read a lot of Pride and Prejudice, but I will at some point. It's just here for now. I'm probably not going to read the rest of them though. But if I'm keeping them because it's like kind of sentimental. Kind of. Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite movies from, I think it was 2006. I loved that movie. I love that movie with the Johnny Cashman because of the way that it was written and the way it was directed, and also it's just visually pleasing, and also just like the way the movie was planned out, the way it's filmed, the costumes. The music is very important as well. If you don't know anything about the Pride and Prejudice music soundtrack, then you should probably go and do some research because it's so important to the movie. But yeah. Next, I'm gonna do my collections of like 3 books that I have. I have 2 collections of 3 books. That was my first collection. This is my second collection. Anyway, this is Spud. So I know a lot of South African students had to read this book as like part of the school curriculum. I'm not sure if everybody had to do that, but I decided to because I received these books from my aunt, and she gave them to me. So yeah, I wanted to read it, and I must say I'm gonna put like an age rating on this because I know some of you guys are a bit weird, but also I feel like it would be very damaging to your psyche if you were to read this before the time. So I'm gonna say the Spite books. This one was really good. It was the first book. I don't have, I think, the second or the third book, but to be honest, I think the second or third, I think it's the second book. Whoa, that's a huge ass spider. Well then, isn't that amazing? Ugh. I know it makes me sound like a terrible person, but there were 2 huge spiders and I had to kill them. I'm sorry. I don't usually kill them. I take them outside, but those ones were spiny and I'm sorry. Okay. As I was saying, I'm going to put the age rating for these books to be like 13 because I feel like some of the topics that they discuss are very mature. Okay, maybe not 13, maybe like 14, 15 because of how mature the topics are. Like, yes, it's about schoolboys and what they do and what the lives that they had, the shit that they caught onto, but also it has a lot to do with like the personal lives and everything that they did on their own with other people and the situations that they were put in, and just like, you know, growing up and how it feels to grow up in the different crazy ass situations that you are put in when you are growing up. So yeah, 14 to 15 PG. No PG. Okay. The next collection is Skullduggery Pleasant, which you may not know about because it was probably very popular in the 2000s mostly, and a lot of people have no idea what this is about. So basically, I'm not going to give the plot away, but basically, spoiler alert, because some of you will choose to have beef with me because I'm sharing the spoilers of these books, but to be honest, you never knew about these books before, and if you would like to read them, go read them. I feel like this specific collection, I'm not going to give away the plot because it's a really good book, and collection of books. There's more than this, by the way. There's a shit ton more, and not just the back. There's a shit ton more, and these are just like the couple of them. I loved each and every one of these books. They gave me nostalgia because this was like one of the first thick ass books that I read, and the plot is amazing. The character development is amazing, and the general storyline is just so cool. Also, like the theme that they talk about. I mean, there's a skeleton wearing a hat with fire in his hand. Tell me that's not cool. Moving on. Now we're moving on to like individual books. So with this book, I read up until here, and it was winter. And let's just say that I did not have the patience to sit through a long book that is extremely relevant. I'm not excusing the fact that it's extremely relevant. I just did not have the patience to sit through and read this whole book. This very depressing book during winter, and like, because it felt like the plot was going nowhere. But mind you, this book was written in 1946, I think, or 1944, I'm not sure. But it was called 1984 as kind of like a prediction for the future, and to be honest, it is 100% accurate. So yeah, go read this book. I realize I'm looking at myself and not the camera. It's my first YouTube video. I'll get through it. Next is Diary of Anne Frank. So a lot of you have read this in school because I know they gave it to us as a curriculum. We had to read Anne Frank, and it was quite a book. There's a lot of shit that goes down because obviously it's about Hitler and World War II and Jewish people during that time and the shit that she went through. But yeah, it's an amazing book. This is like one of those copies that are not the full diary, because I'm pretty sure a diary was like this thick. That girl could write. But I know there was a couple of versions. It was A, B, C, D. So A was the original, and B was her father, because he was the only one that. Ooh, I should not be saying that. Okay, I don't give a shit. The father was the only one who survived, and he published her diary, but he censored it first. So he censored like a lot of things, because I'm pretty sure she talked a lot about sexuality and sexual desires and all of that kind of thing. All of those kind of things. So yeah, I'm staring around my room because I'm so scared that there's gonna be like a spider that jumps out at me or something. I'm not afraid of spiders, but that jump scared me. This huge ass spider just crawling on my wall. No thank you, no thank you. So yeah, go read this book if you haven't. It's not just part of a curriculum. It is so good, so relevant. I think all these books are relevant, okay? Every single book that you're gonna come across is relevant. You should read it. And just because it's not on TikTok does not mean that you shouldn't read it. So this is a really good book. Go read it. This is another book, bit of a graphic cover, but anyway, this is another book that's written about the diary of a girl, or I mean, it is the diary of a girl. I think it was written by a person, a girl, during the 1910s, 1920s, whereas Anne Frank was written in 1940s, around that time. She should be like 80 or 90 by now. Yeah, she should be like 90, 96. So this was written about her life, this girl. I forgot her name because I read this book a while ago, but it's such a good book. It's quite short and sweet, and again, sexuality, life,
gay
things. Just read it. Can we also take a moment to appreciate this cover? It looks so good. Anyway, good book. Okay, this book, I got so excited. This book is probably one of my favorite books in the history of like ever. This is such an amazing book. I love it so much. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller.
It's so good.
It's like, I read this book, I swear, I kid you not, in 1 or 2 days. This fucking thick ass book with this kind of typography. I read it within 48 hours, beneath the time limit of 48 hours. And it took me that long to finish this book because I loved it so much. Also, how cool is this? That's so cool. Anyway, yeah, I really love this book, and the characters are great. Obviously, it's very gay. I like the commitment to the long standing, like the long game, like the long period of time, like the many like decades, years that it took for these two to be together or not be together, because I'm gonna ruin it for you. So if you don't want spoilers, skip like 10 seconds ahead. They die in the end. I'm so sorry. Anyway, great book. Go read this book. If you were like waiting for someone to tell you, waiting for someone to recommend this book to you, go and read this book. Now, this is gonna be a very short review because I haven't read this book. I read like the first page. I have heard that this racist man that wrote the book, this white guy talking about his troubles, I don't think he was inherently racist. I just think I haven't actually read the book. I will at some point when I have the guts. Just like I will at some point read the 1984 book that I have not finished. To be honest, I'm just not that interested in the plot. But I will at some point finish this and the other book. It's not that thick. It's quite cool. It's very pretty cover. Haha. Okay. This book, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Like I said before, I asked for an Oscar Wilde collection, but this is the only Oscar Wilde book I've read. I know he was a pedophile. I do not like pedophiles. I'm not encouraging that behavior. Obviously, he was gay. And that does not excuse the fact that he's a pedophile, but I'm not going to get into that. That's literally for another thing. This was such a great book. And once again, this is just the summarized version, and it's so censored. I bet you the book would have been like this wide, maybe wider, like that, because of how censored this book was, and because of it was his only novel, but he had lots of written like poems and all of that, and short stories. So such a good book, and the ending threw me off. Like, it was so beautifully written, and the attention to detail and following through with the plot, and it kept me like turning my page every single time I opened this book. I was excited because I wanted to know what happened to Dorian, what happened to Basil. Go read. Get up off your lazy ass, go read. Romeo and Juliet. As you can see, this is a very well read copy. Well, you can't really see, but I'm just gonna. Very well read. Another Penguin classic. I'm trying to get like a collection of Penguin classics because it's so aesthetic, and I just love the portraits on the front of each copy, but William Shakespeare. I'm gonna do an episode on William Shakespeare, so stay tuned for that. But I think this book, I hate the way people just skip over it. Like, yes, I understand it's a classic and everybody knows about it, and we all have been like watching movies of Romeo and Juliet, and we've been learning about Romeo and Juliet, and we do it in school. It's such a bother. It's not a bother. Read this book. It's the way William Shakespeare uses his words. He plays on the words so well. And I think maybe I'm biased because of the story with William Shakespeare. I have no idea. I don't even know if that guy was a good guy. I'll get into that in a different episode. But this book is really good. It kept me, like, the way I'm gay. So a lot of people would not expect me to advocate for like straight works of art, but I don't actually care. It's like the way he professes his love is so sweet, and he just and I don't like the fact that she was 12 and he was 17 though. Allegedly, that's the age gap. I don't like that because that is borderline pedophilia. Almost like 1 year away. Anyway, so yeah, really good book. I was in the middle of annotating this and then I just gave up. But the commentary that I have on this book is really fun. I think we should bring back passing books on to other people. So once I'm done annotating this, I'm probably going to give it on to one of my siblings or to, some person that I find. I have no idea, but I'm going to give it to someone. And I hope that they find my annotations funny, because I think 14-year-old me would be really happy about the fact that someone was funny. A lot of these books I've read when I was 14, but a lot of them I've read recently as well. If you don't know about this book, if you don't know about Emily Bronte, I know a lot of people, like when they read through, let me just put these two books together because they look so aesthetic together. When you don't read through the introductions for the books, you miss out on so much, because not only does it, like, yeah, okay, it's annoying to have someone try and like basically explain everything for you, but it's also amazing to have someone else's view on the matter and to just like have someone else's understanding of how things work, and just to get like a peep into the book, but also like not get spoilers. It's really good. I almost fell off the bed. Anyway, Wuthering Heights. This book is arguably one of, how can I put this into words? It's thick, but it's not that thick. I mean, it's just like 300 pages. It's not that thick. I've read The Secret History, which is like 600 pages. So this book is amazing. It depressed me in a good way. When you get reading, you get really involved in the book, and you just like, it consumes you. And I love the way that this book consumed me. I love the way that when I was reading, I would look at the pages, but in my mind, I had all of these images created by Emily Bronte to make me imagine the scenes and to just like put everything into perspective. Yeah, go drink water. Anyway, each character in this book is extremely complex and well written, and I can't say who my favorite is because I probably hate them all. And that's why I love this book so much, because I hate every single character, but I love the way that I hate every single character. I've never hated every single character in a book before. I just love it so much. And I love the painting that was used for this as well, the image. It's such a big part of my life. Like, the person who got it for me said that it was really depressing. I mean, I asked them for it because I had seen Wuthering Heights all over Pinterest and TikTok and everything, so I was like, I need to get one of these books. And I ended up getting it, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think the only issue, let me think of an issue with this book. It's long. Not like the thickness, the length of the book itself. I mean the plot. It takes a long time. It takes some time for you to set in, for you to get used to it, for you to like enjoy the book. I think I don't know why I love this book so much. I think it's because, yes, I hate all the characters. I love the book because of that. I love the setting. I love the aesthetic of the book. I love like visualizing the hills and the meadows and the window. The window scene is very important. And the vibe of this book. I love the craziness. I love the madness. I love that this is one of these books where the main, not the main character, but one of the main figures in the story slowly descend and spiral into madness. And it doesn't just happen with one character, it happens with every single character. They all are a little bit crazy, and some of them are extremely crazy. But it's a really good book. Suurlemoen was one of the first, actually, no. Yeah, one of the first Afrikaans books I've ever read in my life. It was because of school. I didn't like do this on purpose. I didn't read this on purpose. I'm not saying that you shouldn't read it on purpose, but it was not my choice. I had to. I needed it for school. I needed it so that I could get graded, so that I could move on with my life. Really cool book. Really, really cool book. I like the general aesthetic of it. It's like Rockstar meets South African meets schooling years. Really cool. And the pictures are really cool, and it's just like the design is really awesome. I love the script. It's like a scrapbook, but it's so cool. Just go read it. It's about like these kids who start a band. You've probably seen the movie Lemon Mouth. It's like an English, probably American rip-off version of this. But read the book. The book is better. I mean, I haven't watched the movie. I haven't seen the movie, but I assume that it's an American makeshift movie. That's just a copy of this. Bongi, I was right. Okay, they probably made Bongi a white girl, but she's not a white girl, obviously. So go read this book. There's a love story in it. This really taught me how to be like sort of fluent in Afrikaans when I learned how to sing. What? When I learned how to speak Afrikaans, but yeah, I said sing because I literally wrote the lyrics for one of this, like in the back. Anyway, go read this book here. Okay, I'm not sure if there's any controversy surrounding Michael Morpurgo, but this guy's writing is really good, and this is probably one of my favorite books. All of my books are one of my favorite books. Okay, not all of them, but a lot of the books that I have are just like really, really good books, and I deeply recommend it because this is a really good book. And it's called Alone on a Wide, Wide Sea, and it's like not just, it's like two stories in one. Not like two in one, like a shampoo and conditioner 2 in 1. I mean, like it's like the father has a life, gets married, has a child, he dies, his child retells the story. It's so cool, and it's just honestly like so well written, and it really made me feel so lonely. And I think there's beauty in being alone and melancholy, and I think that's why I loved Wuthering Heights as well, because of the melancholy that comes with it's like a package deal. You can't read Wuthering Heights without feeling lonely. You need to. So yeah, these are really good books. Go read this one. I'm telling you to go read everyone. Read every single book I showed them. Calm down. Okay, so when I first started reading, one of the first books that I ever read was The Princess Diaries, and this is like obviously the book series is different to the movie series, which is like just like not like the book in any way, but my point is it's very different. And this was supposedly the last book in the series, and I like this book because of the way it's just like, oh, I had a bookmark. That's okay. Anyway, I had a bookmark for that. That's so sweet. But because it was like set in the 2000s or like 1990s or whatever the fuck, there's like text messages in here, and then there's written letters in here. It looks so cool, and you can't tell me that you don't want to read this book. It's like, it's thick, yes, but so don't people have layers? Oh my god. The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. This introduced me to the teenage years of my life when I was still like figuring myself out and working out what my gender was and what my sexuality was. I didn't even realize that gender and sexuality was a concept back then when I was reading this, but really good book. I don't think I cried. No, I did not cry. Because it's not like, it's very lighthearted. Well, kind of. She's extremely stressed all the fucking time. This girl needs to calm the hell down. But she's extremely stressed. Obviously, it shows the raw emotion that a person feels and the angst that a person feels when they're going through their teenage years. Obviously, there's romance. And I don't know, I just love this book so much. Go read it. Then we have one of the first books that I asked for when I was younger. I mean, I was a very studious child, as you can see. I'm kidding. Glass of stereotype is not okay, guys. We have feelings. We do. So this was because it was part of my school curriculum. I went to a design school, and part of my school curriculum was to read this book, Limitless, or it was like excerpts. I just want a piece of paper in here. Excerpts from this book, and this is a really good book. It's like fixed mindset versus growth mindset. I think back then, like I'm so old. No, when I was in high school, this was not like you wouldn't just go to any school and have them make you read Limitless. Like you would never find that at like some other random school. You would have to go to this design school, and this paper is so good. Oh my god, feel the texture. Oh my god, it smells so good. I haven't even read this book. I mean, I read up until here. Next book. So, ow. It wasn't even that sore. So, you losers who have not read Stephen King or have not watched Stephen King, when I say losers, please don't take it to heart. Do not come for me in the comments or like cry because I called you a loser. Get over it. This is a really good book. So if you've read or watched the movie The Shining, or read the book The Shining by Stephen King, then you should probably go and read or watch that movie. But if you haven't, and you are planning to read this book without reading the first book or without watching the first movie, then go ahead. I can't make you do anything. But as you can see, it's a very thick fucking book, and it is it's called Doctor Sleep, and it follows the life of his child, Jack Torrance's child. Nick, was his name Nick? Oh my god, how did I forget his name? Dan. Very generic white names. I'm sorry. Dan Torrance. It follows his life and his abilities, and look at this cutie pie. I have nothing to say about this book. It's such a good book. All of the books, literally I can say it forever, they are such good books. And it's not just because I'm biased or because I actually read the book, but it's also because it's like something that everybody was waiting for after The Shining to find out what happened to the kid, right? But also, it's just a very cool book. Not like the book itself. I mean, it's big. I like that. I'm not in the mood for this today. It is thick. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. Another Stephen King book would be this one called Revival. So it's another. Again, this is one of the only books that I bought for myself, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm very, very proud of myself for that. It's Stephen King, Revival. It's called Revival, and look at this cover. Look at this fucking cover. So cool. Ooh, I think it's the wrong way. Yeah. So this is a good book, and it is also written by Stephen King. Obviously, I said Stephen King, I think 50 times now. But it is really good, and it's I don't know if any of you are into like discussion of religion or religious horror. Lots of body gore, not lots of, but like psychological. And I would say discretion is advised, but to be honest, this wasn't that bad. Like I expected Stephen King, like the way people give Stephen King, like yeah, he is good, but the way they give him that hype. Where it's like, oh my god, it's so scary. You know, like that one TikTok, don't look, Johnny. Is this supposed to be scary? Anyway, yeah. And then the one thing that really annoys me with books is that they always say #1 bestseller. Like, oh, really? I've heard that before. Haven't you? Next book is Paper Towns. Okay, I could talk forever on this. I love this book because of this. I love this book because of the nostalgia that it brings. I love reading and then feeling nostalgia while reading. I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. That is yet to be seen, but I don't actually give a shit. So, Paper Towns by John Green. In the beginning, like, this portion of the book is extremely, like, you need to hang on. You need to just hang on for the end. I promise you it's a good book. You need to follow, like, what it says. The first page, I was traumatized. I was like young, not traumatized. I mean, I could handle it, but I feel like that was like a weird thing to be thrown at the age of 13. But also the end of the book, I just love it so much because they all go on like a road trip, and the road trip is like I love road trips. I don't know why, I just love how it feels. But it was like in the middle of the fucking night while they were graduating. Imagine, just to chase after some girl, not just some girl, but like, you know, a girl. I would probably do it, but also not, but like also not for that girl. She irritates me. And that's my opinion. Yeah, the ending is really fucking awkward. I would suggest reading this book, but also be patient with it and maybe watch the movie afterwards so that you can get some kind of consolation or closure. Because the ending of the book is shit, but the ending of the movie is good. Because imagine building a friendship throughout all these pages and then all of a sudden you just give them away for one measly little kiss at the end and it's just to say goodbye, or I don't know. That's boring. That's really boring. So the movie ending is better, the book ending is shit, but the book itself is good. And I think the movie did a good job including the fun nostalgia of going on a road trip with all your friends, and also like friendship in general. That movie did a good way of portraying it, and the casting was really good as well. The characters and the actors were really good. They really matched. I feel like in the 2000s or the 2010s they really like overused that one guy. I'll put his face up on the screen over here, but they really overused him. Not overused, I like him, he's a good actor, but I mean, for every single coming of age movie they just threw him in and they're like, you know, diversity. They do that a lot, like still to this day. This book, Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Nevin, I made a bookmark, in case you're wondering. It's not going in the book, it's not going in the book. It's a fairly good book, really good book. So she's the author that wrote All the Bright Places. And if you haven't read All the Bright Places, then go read All the Bright Places. I loved that book with everything in me. I loved it so much. I cried so much for that book. I tried to watch the movie, but that's not another story for another. Yeah, I had a laptop and I was using the laptop, and no shit Sherlock, and I was reading the book on the laptop, and after I had read the book, like the seconds after I read the book, I came to the very fleeting decision that I was going to watch the movie. But mind you, I had no idea where to watch movies. I had no idea where to watch movies. I had no idea where to, like, legally or illegally pirating, but like I had no idea what to do it safely. So I accidentally downloaded a virus onto my laptop. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Please be safe. But the sites that I gave you now were like perfectly safe, perfectly chill. You can use that. You'll be safe. You'll be calm. If you plan on going, like, I know I for some reason I am very educated on the topic now. Like, I've made sure after that whole episode of like that virus thing that I made sure that like I'm safe with the sites that I use, which you should be too. Anyway, this book, Holding Up the Universe, it's really cool. I think it's really relevant. The reason why I love this book is because it shows intimacy without one kiss. The only kiss is at the end. Just one kiss at the end. And it's just so sweet. And it shows like how their lives were before they met and after they met and during. And just like the people that are important to her most and to him most, and how they just like, it's just so cool. Go read this book. I feel like at this point I am just saying it's just so cool at the end of every single book review that I do. But it is though. Maybe I'm book obsessed. Maybe I'm insane. I am. But it's okay. 100 years of solitude is like, I have not read it finished. I have a problem apparently. So if I start reading a book, or if I start reading like anything, then you will notice that I end up not finishing it. And that's not my fault. But also this one just like has a really annoying beginning because it's very misogynistic in the beginning. It talks about rape, it talks about like young girls getting with older men, and as you can see on this guy's face, he looks it. I don't know who Gabriel Garcia Marquez is, but I hope he's not bad. I hope I don't get this video taken down for that. I mean, I know Spotify, you can say anything you fucking want, but I don't know about YouTube. I'm not monetized though. I hope to be at some point, but not now. And we have come to the end of this very short video. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like 30 minutes long. But yeah, this again, I bought these comics with my, no, this one, the Tintin comic, I was gifted. This one I bought for myself. That was this one, and that Revival book was one of the first books. Books are fucking expensive, okay? Don't let people lie to you on Pinterest and TikTok and show you like them going into the bookstore and showing you like the books that they buy and everything. They are lying to you. They didn't buy that book, they just took the picture. And even if they did buy the book, it cost half their salary. These books are fucking expensive. I paid like 800 rand for 2 books. It's insane. So rather, more eco-friendly and more efficient and just like less stressful and taxing on your mental health is to go to a library. Libraries are everywhere, bro. Go get a library card. But yeah, these 2 books, I love the Tintin comics. The only thing that I really hate is the way that they portray black people and people of color as monkeys. I can't. It's stupid. It's racist and it's discriminatory, and I don't want to get into that. Anyway, so like the comics, there's basically just white people. Like the main characters are only white people. I also hate that, but anyway. Tintin comics, really cool. I like the elephants. I think I do actually have more, but I'm gonna be not using my hands anymore. I'm gonna I'm playing with my hair. One thing about me is that I'm always completely obsessed with my hair. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so these are the books that I have read that are digital, because like I said before, books are fucking expensive, and bro, nobody has time or money for that shit. So I just download PDFs on Ocean PDF onto my phone, and then I read it off of my phone. I know it's terrible. My eyesight is terrible, as you can see. Like I literally can't even see my own face here. So the first book that I've read that I really, really, really loved was The Secret History. And this book is 5 stars for me. I love it so much. Like it just the what is it called to have nostalgia for a time or place that you've never been in? That's what that is. And let's just say that it does have themes of murder and incest. I'm so sorry. That's the only thing that I do not like, is the incest. And to be honest, when I first started reading the book, I thought that there would be like a love triangle thing kind of going on between Camilla and Richard and Henry. Excuse me. But it turns out that it wasn't between just Henry and Camilla and Richard. Richard is gay. He pretends that he's not gay. He's so gay though. I love reading books, but I also really love listening to the audios. Audiobooks are really cool, and I think the way Donna Tartt, the whole story of Donna Tartt as well, is really cool. I need to update my vocabulary. Sorry. Donna Tartt is her story is that basically so the guy who wrote American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, guy with the knife, he went to school with Donna Tartt, and it was kind of like an elitist kind of thing. And I think they were also in a Greek class together, or a certain class together, a literature class together. And he said that she was extremely quiet. She never spoke to anyone. She always observed. She was always writing things down as well. And when the book came out, and her classmates read, because she was in college. So that explains the whole aesthetic of The Secret History. But when the book came out, it was just so uncanny. That's what he said, to read himself and other characters from his classmates on paper. The same characters, just with different names and different backstories and everything, because of the way that she observed people so well. The whole time she was just creating characters and lore and all of that stuff. Another book that I have read it's quite short, but I thoroughly enjoyed it because it's so gay and sapphic and lesbian, is Carmilla. Carmilla was a really good book. Me and my girlfriend and I. I'm not sure. I will double check after while I'm editing this. Both read that book. My girlfriend and I. We both read, no, not like, oh. Let me try again. My girlfriend and I both read that book, and I think I really enjoyed it. I think she also really enjoyed it. It's basically, Carmilla was written before Dracula. So don't think that like Carmilla gave homage to Dracula or like took inspiration or plagiarized Dracula. Carmilla was before Dracula. Dracula was based off of Carmilla. Carmilla was censored and only published I think a couple of years later, and I think it was also highly censored when it was published, just like a lot of gay and queer books, which is so fucking unfair. We should not be books. I love the way that she professed her love to, what was her name? I think her name was Lauren. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I forgot the protagonist's name. Carmilla and her girlfriend, I'm gonna say her girlfriend, were in a very loving relationship together. But it was really also very complicated because I think Carmilla lived for such a long time that she got used to being bisexual because she was bisexual. And she just like got so comfortable in her sexuality that she forgot that there's like rules to society that you should not act this way with other women or whatever. And I think the other protagonist, I forgot her name, I'm sorry. The protagonist was like kind of discovering her sexuality and finding out that she was actually attracted to this woman. And I don't understand like the way people, okay, maybe I do understand. I like the beauty of it also. Like friendships between women or girls is always portrayed as, oh, I love her hair, it's so long, and it's sort of like envious, where it's not. Maybe it is a bit of envy, but also we know very much from the way that she talks about it, the way the images, the way that it was portrayed, the way that the relationship was like written out, shows that it was very, very queer. And we can appreciate that. I love that so much. And yeah. Carmilla, what else have I read? Also, hi, this is me editing, and I realized that I did not talk about Voice of a Hyacinth, which I think I should add in. Voice of a Hyacinth is a really good horror book. It's extremely queer and sapphic, and I feel like not a lot of people know about it. So, Voice of a Hyacinth, and you should definitely go and watch it. No, you should definitely go and read it. If they make a movie adaptation, I will definitely find out and let you all know. And I will definitely watch it and make a review of it because it's a really good book, and I think it's worth making a movie adaptation for. But also, it's a really good telling of like trauma and how trauma can affect you years after something has happened or days after something has happened, and how it can affect you, like the different ways that trauma can show up in like. One thing that I didn't enjoy it. I was really scared. Like, I don't really get scared easily, but reading this was like reading pure horror. I want to say pure, but like it was like a thriller. The psychological happenings. Okay, yeah, basically everything that happens psychologically to the girl and to her friend group is insane. So yeah, go read Voice of a Hyacinth. Another book that I've read is called Albatross Winter. I have the book actually on my bookshelf, but I'm too lazy to get up and go and fetch it. So I'm just gonna tell you the plot of what happens, basically. So it's really, I cried, which isn't something new, but I cried. And the reason I cried is because it's 100 pages or less, or a little bit over 100 pages. It's around 100 pages, and it is so feeling. It made me feel so much because the kids are so vulnerable, and imagine the loss of your brother and how it feels to like go through that. I'm fine, don't worry. Anyway, basically it just made me cry. That's all I need to say. Now, I got these from the library, and that's, well, I mean, not this was gifted to me, but I got this from the library, which very convenient to have a library near you. But anyway, I got this from the library, so I forgot that I actually cared about this. I got this from the library, so I forgot that I actually cared about this. The Hobbit. I love this book. I'm like, how far am I? Oh, I missed the page. I think I was like here. Yeah, I was like here. It's a really good book. This is, I think it's a summarized version. I'm not sure. I think it's not actually. No, it's not. It's not a summarized version. But it has illustrated pictures, which is really cool. I think I really appreciate that. And I just love Bilbo and Thorin's relationship, no matter what other people say. In the movie and in the book, they are so gay. You just need to read between the lines like that, like very much, because, you know, homophobia. The whole Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit fandom, gay as fuck, but also the way that the actors portrayed each character, it's so nostalgic for me, but also it's so gay.
Go grabs me and kisses me hard in the mouth. I mean, like, I've never been kissed from man nor woman. And, by God, I saw stars. And I think I fell in love for a split second.
Enough!
Another book that I have been reading consistently, I got this from someone else, so these are not my notes. It's not like I haven't read it that well. Someone I know gave this book to me, and it is really cool. It's like a Spanish translation guide, and it's helped me to learn a little bit more Spanish. I'm not going to speak Spanish. Some of you will go crazy. So yeah, that is basically the end of this episode. And Toto is MIA. I think he's sleeping. That is the end of today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys next time. Please comment down below, like, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro. Yeah.